Megyn Kelly Today. This is a show that you have helped shape, right?
Yeah.
So are you excited about this?
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, it's the ideological brainchild of many experiences I've had over the past years. And I really hope that this will be the embodiment of something much more positive and much more connective than what we have been seeing in our country over the past couple of years and as of late. I just feel like we're so divided and we're so angry and we are pitting neighbor against neighbor. And I'm really hoping this can be, if not an antidote to it, at least an alternative option for people.
Well, I think it's interesting because I think people might have a preconceived notion about what your show is going to be because of your political background. How political will it be?
Well, I'm not political at all, but I spent 13 years in cable news, which has become political. When I first started at Fox, I didn't cover politics at all. I did the Supreme Court, we did regular news. And then I launched a show with Bill Hemmer that just did regular news with some politics, same in my afternoon show. But cable news primetime is political, and especially in the era of Trump. So I did that, I mean, I was anchoring that kind of a newscast, and to great effect. We had great ratings and we had a lot of fun. But the truth is, I am not a political person, and night after night after night, especially as the country got more divided, it wasn't as fulfilling for me. When I see certain people cover politics, they come alive, they love it. And for me, it's not that I don't like it, it's that I just don't want to do it all the time. So I think this next show will be closer to who I am as a person, which is much more of someone who's focused on human connection, on emotion, on family, on improving ourselves, on striving to be our best, on settling for more, as I called my book. And if I can embody that in a show, I think people are going to love it.
Can you describe a little bit, is it going to be an interview show? Is it going to be a hot topic show? It's
going to be an interview show, and it's going to be a segmented show, so it's not going to necessarily be, it's usually not going to be just one topic, unless there's some huge guest we get or some amazing, a big topic or a major news event. But yeah, we'll do segments and we'll do interviews, and there'll be a live audience and it'll be dynamic. And I'm looking forward to having a live audience, because I can tell you many times in the Kelly File, I would have this unbelievable exchange with a guest, a powerful moment. And all you wanted to do was talk about it more, when the guest was gone and the segment ended. And now I can, now if you have that incredible exchange, I can look out at the audience, which I always did to camera, but they don't talk back, right? They do, but I can't hear them. And so now I'll have the opportunity to have meaningful exchanges about the more impactful segments we do.
Well, and I'm guessing with the live studio audience, you'll feed a little from the audience. What are they liking? You'll kind of get a good vibe from that.
Well, I hope it's a good vibe. I don't know. I mean, like, if they don't laugh at my stupid jokes, I might start to feel very small. So I'll have to learn. In my mind, my imaginary viewer thinks I'm hysterical.
Might need a laugh track for that.
It may be painful giving that up and finding out the truth.
Oh, that's funny. Let's talk a little bit about you being a mom. I'm a mom too, so I have 2 kids. I know you have 3 young kids. Was that part of the reason you made the leap to NBC?
Yeah. I tried to be that parent that just is happy with weekends, with my kids. And I failed at achieving happiness with that balance. When I started my old job, my kids were 4, 3, and newborn, which it was easy to see them during the day. They're not going to school all day. They're not in school or in preschool. And by the time I left, 2 out of my 3 were in school from 8 in the morning to 3 p.m., which is right when I left for work. And I was sad. I was sad all the time when I thought about what I was missing. My kids were great. They're healthy. Our relationship is intact. I love them. They love me. But I was missing too much of it. And I think a lot of parents can relate to that.
Well, people probably ask you, how do you juggle it? How do you juggle being a mom and having this high-profile career?
Poorly, yeah.
You're going to try to do better now, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I have to ask, because you brought up President Trump. How is your relationship with him now?
I think it's fine. I talked to him right before he was inaugurated, and we had a nice conversation. So I think we're on, solid ground, and certainly he stopped the nonsense that he was doing, long ago. So I think we're good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And lastly, the show starts September 25th. So what are you doing in the build-up between then and now? Is it mostly this kind of fine-tuning what you're going to be doing?
We're putting so we're banking some segments that, while I still have the chance to travel, as once the show launches, I'm going to be in that studio every day. and getting around, actually going out there and speaking with real people. I always feel like that might be really offensive to like celebrities and politicians. They too are real people, but you know what I mean. Real people who are living their lives and not worrying about the news the way we are. And talking to them about what they'd like to see, what's important to them, what kind of exchanges they want to have on a national broadcast if I made them EP for a day. It's actually been really helpful. And we're doing it across America. You know, we're not doing that in New York or San Francisco. We're doing that in the heartland and down here, and where people have concerns other than, you know, what the weather's like in New York City, right? Right. So it's been informational and fun. That's what we're doing now.
So is it going to be a different side of Megyn Kelly we'll see at NBC?
I mean, you're going to see the morning me, which I think will be a little bit more bleary-eyed. But no, I think you're going to see the same me as you saw in the Kelly File, in that I was my authentic self on that show. I dropped the veneer that I brought in my initial stages on television long ago. I dropped that. So that was the authentic me. But like any woman, I am both tough and soft, depending on the circumstances. I can be, you know, both a you-know-what buster and an emotional, you know, connective person who can shed a tear at an interview. So it's, I never understand why people think you have to choose one or the other. You know, I, like every woman I know, am many things. And so I would submit that most people who watch the Kelly File every night already know this about me. And they saw moments of tenderness and emotion and self-revealing, in addition to the hard stuff that would go viral, you know, because other people picked up on that. And the same will be true on this show. You know, maybe the balance will be switched. Maybe we'll be more emotion, and then the tougher moments will spring up, you know, in a lower percentage. But I don't know. I mean, I think I'm just going to be my authentic self and see where it takes us. And
I read your book, and you said in the book that you really wanted to help shape this show. So is that one of the positives for you?
I mean, I would submit to you, I am the primary author of the show. I am shaping the show, trust me. Yes, I am doing the show that I want to watch. I have felt for years that there is a need for this kind of programming, where you can go discuss issues in a compelling fashion with a little bit more time attached to the segment, in a way that is empowering, right? That is empowering and has a message for people, but doesn't take itself too seriously, which I don't. It's hard to describe it without giving you the specific examples, but you'll see when you see the show what I mean.
Starts September 25th, Megyn Kelly Today. Good luck.
Thank you.